Hi, welcome to this overview of a solo game I'm working on. Haunted Solitaire, could be Haunted Dungeon, Haunted Manor. I'm trying to think if it's more fantasy or more of an old manor that's haunted, but either way, the face cards are ghosts and you have to defeat them. So this is a fun deck because the spades are actually ghost-like looking. The other suits are more fantasy-esque, but I did a quick review on the tournament of the Mythic Kingdoms deck, so it's a fun one, fantasy themed. In this game, to defeat these cards, you have to have enough points to defeat them. A king is worth 13, a queen is worth 12, and jack is worth 11. And the way you defeat them is you need to have at least one card that is 6 or higher that is of the same suit. So as an example, to defeat this king, you can use this 10 of spades, and then you also need a card that is 5 or less of any suit. So this 3, this would be an even 13, and in fact, hitting it with an even exact damage gives you a bonus. You get to keep one of the cards and just kind of turn it upside down to symbolize a special arcane magic. So this would defeat that king. As an example for the queen here, if you had say this 4 of hearts, that would be fine, because you do need at least one card that's 5 or less, but you also need to have something of the same suit. So this 9 would work, but that does give you 13 instead of 12. So it would defeat the ghost, would not give you the bonus magic. In the game, there are the aces represent relics that you have to acquire. So you have to acquire all 4 of these. To obtain it, you need to have a card of the same suit that is 6 or higher. So obtain all of the relics, defeat all of the ghosts, and try to escape alive. So let's dig in. Just give these cards a quick shuffle and we'll set up. And hopefully I shuffled them well. If I didn't, we will find out. So the haunted mansion or the haunted dungeon is made up of an eight cards like this, and as you deal them out, you the ghosts will actually haunt or possess things. And the ace is a relic. You also go by seniority or rank. So king will go first, queen second, jack's third. Jokers are their own thing. You can add more to make the game more difficult. I have both in this deck. So the jokers come out. I'll show you how those work. But this jack is actually going to go for this relic. And whether the relic is adjacent or not, the ghosts will go for the relics. This can only capture this way or this way. So it's going to capture this 9. So I can't use this 9 to go after that ghost. You have to have 2 free openings in order to deal more cards, and I do have 2 openings. So I may want to just wait and see what happens before I try anything else. I'll just deal 2 more cards out here. Okay, and this can only go this way, so the ghost takes that. And I only have 1 free cell here, so you know, this card is not a great attack on the king, but it does work and it frees up a space. Okay, this jack can't attack anything because it's not surrounded by anything. So here we've got some opportunities to do something. We don't have any other spades out there that are available to attack these, but we do have this 10. So we can attack here, and we can use one of these 4s. It's not an exact damage, but it's still going to defeat that. So we'll discard these off to the side, off camera. Okay, now this is freed up. And this jack is already out, so it doesn't trigger anything. But say I just deal another one out, it will go after that relic. These ghosts here are occupied. They've already got something they are capturing. Okay. All right. So I don't have a lot to work with here. So I think what I'll do is take anything 5 or lower, suit doesn't matter. So I'm going to take this 4, which is a more powerful card, and I'm going to place it on the king. So now we've got a total hit of 10. We get 3 more, we can take care of that. We've got a 2 over here, so that's not quite enough to do anything. But a 2 can defeat a jack. If you have a 9, that's an exact hit. I'm going to use this. This will free up 2 spaces, so I can at least keep the game going. All right, now this is a new relic that just came out. So any ghosts that are not occupied, which is this one, is going to attack it. Which is a downside, but it also frees up a space. Okay, this one is available to capture, and I can actually use this. So I'm going to discard the 7 and collect a relic. When you have a relic, obviously you need to get all 4, but this will allow you to actually stack one regular card on another. So you can't stack ghosts, but say I wanted to free up some space, I could take this 6, stack it on the 9, and that frees up space. So each relic allows for one card to be stacked on like this. So let's use that. And we've got some open space here. So we'll put out some cards. Okay. This 8 can come in handy. It's way more than I need here. In fact, this 3 is an exact hit. I think I'm going to do that first thing. So with an exact hit, I store this card face down. I'm just going to store it off to the right here, off camera. But then the rest of these are discarded. So I defeated that. So I do want to take care of... I do have choices here, and so I think this is good. Let's see. I think it makes sense to go ahead and place this on the jack. So I just need a 3 to defeat that. So this 2 is not enough. The 5 is maybe a bit overkill. Yeah, so choices. I may want to just do it because it does reveal that. So 5 is very much overkill. So it's not an exact hit. I just defeat the whole thing. But now this relic is freed up. So I can use this. Anything 6 or higher of the same suit will help me take that. So now I've got 2 relics. Got them just off to the side where you can't see them. So I can actually stack up to up to 2 different stacks of 1 card stacked each. But I don't need to right now because I have some open space. But that can come in handy. Especially something like this where I don't have any ghosts to attack, but I just have a lot of cards. you can get stuck. So having the relics can really assist in that. So what I'm going to do, actually this is an exact hit with this 9. So I'll use that. And I'm just going to turn this face down as a magic off to the side. I've got 2 of those now. Let's see, right there. And that defeats this jack. Okay, so I don't have 2 free cells here, so I'm going to use the relic power to kind of stack these up. Since these are the same suit, I'm going to stack these. And that gives me 2 spots. I'm going to see what I get. Okay, there's a ghost. The 6, or the 9. It's going to go for the highest number, so it covers the 9. And I have a 6 of the same suit. These 2 together is a 5. So not great choices. I think I'm going to use my other relic to stack some more. So you can't do a stack of 3, but let's do this 6 on this 9. And then hopefully we don't need this 9, otherwise it is stuck until you can do something else. Okay, so the king goes first versus the queen. The only card you can haunt or possess is right there. So now the queen can only take that one. So it does free up some space, but let's see if I can attack these. No. However, one of the things you can do with a magic, so I can use one of these magic and discard it, and it will free a card. So this card here, I can free it to an open space. Now I can use the 9 on that queen, and then the 3, any suit, remember, 5 or lower, any suit. So that equals 12. It's an exact hit. So I used a magic, but then I gained a magic back. So it was kind of a nice net there. And there's not a lot of other choices that are great. I'm just going to put out some more cards. Okay, so a relic came out at the same time as a ghost. So this ghost is going to take the relic. And what do we have? One choice I have is to use one of my magic to free the relic, and then I could use this 7 to take it, which could be handy. At the same time, if I can attack this and get rid of it without using magic, then that would be great too. So I'm not seeing a lot of choices, and also using that would free up this space. So yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use one of my magic, free this card. Okay, and now I can use this 7. Remember, anything 6 or higher of the same suit. So now I've got 3 of my relics off screen here. Okay, so I've got 2 open spaces. And she did have the relic, but since she's freed up, she's not going to automatically capture that. It's only a new card appearing in the haunted area that's going to trigger that. Okay, so he's a new card. It does attack that, which is a shame because he's covering the card that we want to use against him. Okay. I think what I do want to do is use a magic. I'll earn it back here, you'll see. I use a magic to free this 9. And the 9 and a 2, any suit, will be an exact hit. So that's an exact hit. So I earned my magic back. And I was able to defeat that ghost and free up a space. So you can see some of the fun choices. We have not seen a Joker come out yet. Jokers, yeah, I'll explain that as they come up. Okay, another ghost, and it, of course, covers the card that we want it to use. What we might do is use this magic to free up the 8. We can use the 8, and then we can use both of these 2 to choose to get an exact hit. So I'm going to earn that back, discard these. We've got 4 open spaces. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Well, an 8 and a 3 is 11, so not quite enough to do much there. An 8 and a 5 is 13. It's more than we need for this queen, but I think, yeah, you could use this 10 and this 3 as a 13 as well. This 9 for here and a 3 is 12. So let's save this 3 and... Oh, I didn't even see it. Here's my king, an 8 and a 3. Sorry, 8 and a 5. Let's do that. 8 and a 5. That's an exact hit of 13, so I get a magic. Okay. Now... we do want to free this one up. I think, we could use a magic. We'll get one back. Basically, free up this 9. Oh, actually, no. These, sorry, I take that back. I keep this magic. When you've used your relics and their ability to stack cards like this, you can unstack them at any time if you have the open spaces to do it. So we can unstack these just like that. So now we can take the queen with an exact hit, giving me another magic. We've got 3 magic total. And let's see, we can still keep playing. We can also refresh. I think it's better we just refresh. We'll get some more information here. Oh, one of my poltergeists. This is a Joker. The poltergeist comes out. But we do need to address these first. It would go to any relic. Otherwise, it goes to the next adjacent card, the highest one. It's covering that card that I really need to attack it. This will actually just cover the highest available card. So it's going to go to this 10, which is bad because I need it for this. So what happens with a poltergeist is it gives you 2 damage. Basically, 2 cards get discarded. You can offset those with magic. And since I have 3, I'm going to use 2 magic. It will protect me from both wounds, and we can get rid of the poltergeist. So expensive, but it's good. Okay. Well, we've got some open space. It's probably worth putting some cards out just to see what I can get here. Okay. Oh, so this is a repeat. So poltergeist came out. If you can't resolve it, it basically wounds 2 cards, and you have to figure out what it takes. So let's use one of the magic. And let's discard this 6. So, painful. Actually, the 6 doesn't get discarded, it's a wound. So you keep them face up to see how many wounds. So far, we're actually doing quite well. We only have 1 wound. And you can have a few wounds and still win. So we're actually quite lucky. Okay, so choices, we don't have a lot actually. I'm going to go ahead and use the 10 and this 4. It's not an exact hit. We don't gain magic. We don't have any magic right now. So but we're defeating it. We're making room. And I feel like we're in a pretty good space. We need a club, 6 or higher. This wounded card would have been nice, but alas. Okay, so I can commit. One of these cards, like this 4 or this 5. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take this 5. Place it here, and I don't have any hearts to place on here. So this is a great example to show you if you get stuck, you can't make it work, you take a wound. I don't want to take another wound that's clubs because I'm going to need more clubs. So I'm going to have a lot of diamonds here. I'm just going to take this lowest diamond that is suit specific, since 4s can be any suit. I'm going to take this and take it as a wound. Okay, so we got at least the 2 free spaces to keep the game moving. And we have at least a heart. That would give me 12. So I've got a power of 12 here. If I had a magic, I could get this 10 out of there, which would be great. But I don't. So I'm at 12. I need one more. It's pretty expensive, but I think I'll just use this 3. So yeah, overkill, but defeated the ghost. Okay. All right. Of course, the ghost is going to take the relic, and I do have something to obtain that relic with. I just have to be able to get to it. And luckily, I should have everything I need. The only diamond above 5 that I can use is this one. But I also have an exact hit with this. So that's 13. I actually gain a magic, and it defeats this ghost. And now, last thing I need to do is obtain this relic, and I have a card to do it. So there it is. I have obtained all 4 relics. I have an extra magic just in my pocket, and I took 2 wounds. All right. Thank you for sitting through this. I feel like these can go well. They can also go terrible with the way the cards shuffle. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to link to the latest version of this game with these changes made. And thanks for watching. Just a quick clarification. I wanted to add something here at the end. There is an option where if you are completely stuck for whatever reason, then instead of just taking several wounds to clear space, there is an option that you can take 1 wound, picking any card. Basically, you take that as a wound, and then you reshuffle everything that's face up and your draw pile. So you wouldn't reshuffle any, relics that you've obtained or wounds you'd taken or your discard, but you would reshuffle what's face up and your draw pile. So that is an option, and it's kind of the idea that you're taking a wound as you're running away from that part of the mansion or that part of the dungeon. And then one other thing is I'm also revisiting the abilities of the relics. So in the prior example, say you had 3 relics out here to the side. That's 3 different stacks that you could have. So you could have maybe this one, maybe this one, and maybe this one. What I've been finding is I think that that's just too easy or too high powered. Although there's some downsides to stacking because you no longer have access to cards. I think for I think a better rule that I've been working with is based on the number that are here is the highest you can have a single stack. So you can have one stack in this case of 3 cards. And then if you ever have an empty space, you can unstack, you know, starting from the top. And then obviously if you have 4 relics, you could have a maximum of like a stack of 4. So really when you have 1 relic, you don't have any extra power there. But as soon as you get 2, you can have that stack of 2. Okay, thanks. Just wanted to clarify. Appreciate it.